may interpose himself between this whole feud that's going on. Like he said last night, why does he do some of the things he does? Because he can. So.
Because he's the Miz, and he's awesome.
According to him.
Come on, are you paying attention?
Yeah, he's awesome. Just ask him; he'll tell you.
Now, that's pretty much it. What's going on here with the WWE? SmackDown is scheduled to come on here this Friday. We'll touch base on what happens on SmackDown. Any new updates here to WrestleMania card next episode here of Tag Team. But we want to make sure we go over our Lucha Libre information for you. And in doing so, we want to talk about not only AAA, but what's going on with AAA Sin Limite, the show. That shows appears on Saturdays. Now, again, a lot of you are not watching Lucha Libre. And again, it was touched here last week as to why. But let me give you some information in case you are going through the channels, are interested in watching some wrestling on the weekends. That's available. And again, tune into that. You might see some wrestlers that I'm going to go over, see some wrestlers that sound familiar to you. Check out the action. You will not be disappointed. All right, that's what I'll tell you. Now, what happened previously here on AAA Sin Limite, there was a tournament that's being held that's called Rey de los Reyes, which translates to King of Kings. Now, the tournament is being broken down into 4 groups, 4 wrestlers per group. Okay, and so the groups are group number 1, Joe Leiter, Dark Cuervo, Chessman, and Extreme Tiger. That's group 1. Group 2 is El Mesias, the Puerto Rican sensation, Electroshock, Aerostar, and Superfly. Group 3, we have Dr. Wagner Jr., a huge icon in Lucha Libre Wrestling, Halloween, Nacho El Melinero, and L.A. Park. L.A. Park, for those of you that don't know, used to be La Parca. When he left AAA, La Parca's character was given to a new wrestler. So the Parca that we have now is not the same Parca that was around when he was in WCW. That is L.A. Park, just so you guys know. Group 4 is an entertaining group. Dark Oz, Desnis, Jack Evans, and a mystery wrestler. Like, that's true. It's a mystery wrestler. Check it out online. Check it out on the show. They haven't released who that is. Now, it appears that every week they're going to have one group wrestle. Group 1 was this previous week. This week, the champion of last season, which was Chessman, was in Group 1. Looks like he ended up taking out Joe Lytle. He took out Dark Cuervo. Who was left? But him and Extreme Tiger. It was a good match, him going back and forth with Extreme Tiger. Extreme Tiger actually hit a move that you were impressed with. What move was that?
That move is the 540 splash. And the reason that I was so impressed was Extreme Tiger was able to do the 540 splash without breaking his ribs, Justin Gabriel. Lots of high-flying action. It was a great match. I actually was able to check out that match. And I was very impressed. Extreme Tiger's, he's got the goods.
Yeah, we'll see if he ends up on American television sometime soon. But Jack Evans, Extreme Tiger, very entertaining to watch.
Definitely.
Now, this week coming up, we expect to see Group 2, which is going to be El Mesias, Electroshock. Again, Electroshock beat Mr. Anderson on that show that's showing up on Lucha Libre AAA.com. If you had a chance to check that stream out, check it out. But also Aerostar, which is a high flyer, and Superfly. Those guys will be fighting this week, appears to be. We'll keep you posted exactly on who wins that match as well, and we'll touch base on that again on the next tag team. Now, again, any questions as to something you want us to go over, something you want us to touch base on, contact us at unifiedwrestling@rocketmail.com. Again, Facebook at facebook.com/unifiedwrestling, and the Twitter?
Twitter.com/UNFDwrestling.
It looks like that's all the time we have here for this week. But before we close, we want to make sure we go over some notes that Invincible E. Vincent has to go over. We want to call him maybe the 3 the hard way. What do we got here with this 3 good, 3 bad things that he found up for this week? What's your list, E?
3 good things. Number 1, the Michael Cole versus Jerry the King Lawler. Michael Cole came up with a couple of stipulations. He said that he would take Jerry the King Lawler's match at WrestleMania on 2 conditions. One, that he'd be able to pick his own trainer, and two that they would be able to pick his own secret referee. Jerry the King Lawler bought the pig in the poke and said he'd do it. The mystery trainer turned out to be Jack Swagger.
That's the thing that caught me off guard because Jack Swagger and Michael Cole are not necessarily friends. Jack Swagger is a JR guy, Jim Ross.
Yeah.
And Jim Ross, the last time I checked, and Michael Cole are not friendly with each other at all.
Not so much.
So why he took in one of his own, didn't go with The Miz and Alex Riley, which seemed to be the easy choice, but
yeah.
Who knows? Who knows where they're going with that, but it's going to be interesting to see. Yeah. Is Jim Ross coming back?
Be nice.
Who knows?
But
is it possible that Jack Swagger will betray Michael Cole?
Could happen.
Who knows? We'll see what happens with that. But that's one of your positives, right?
That's one of the positives.
All right. What do we got?
Number two would be the situation with Ric Flair. Let's talk about Ric Flair for a second. The match between AJ Styles and Ric Flair. I owe Ric Flair an apology. I've said many times in a recent past that some of the older wrestlers like Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair need to fall back and either coach up the new young wrestlers that are coming up or just go ahead and retire. Wrestling is a young man's game, and time eventually catches up with everyone, and that's especially true for people in sports and wrestling entertainment. As much as I hate to say it, especially about Ric Flair, this old fossil still throws 100% into the ring. Even though most of the match involved Hernandez trying to save this old man from an AJ Styles beatdown, Flair gave a demonstration of why he's still there. Ric Flair plays the bad guy like nobody's business. Still, he gives the fans what they came to see, namely a bad guy getting a dose of his own righteously deserved medicine. Still, coming out of the match, the bloody forehead, no shoes, his clothes blown to oblivion, inexplicably shredded beyond belief. This old crusty goat excels at being what he is, the man you love to hate. Still, James Caan once said it. The one thing that you can infer about a busted up old man is that he's a survivor. And Ric Flair is still. So
he likes to be called God, you know.
Okay, I didn't say all of that.
Call him God. He demands it.
No, I'll call him names behind his back when he ain't looking. But for this particular match, he still has my respect.
All right. Anything else?
That's number two. Number three was the return of Evan Bourne.
Nice.
I was
airborne.
I did not see it coming. I had no clue. Knew he was going to come back at some point, but I didn't expect it to be last night. And it was kind of funny. He got the W over Sheamus, although it was after he got ran over by Triple H. But
half dead Sheamus.
But still, he did a nice high flying move. The name of which escapes me right now.
Shooting Star Press.
Shooting Star Press. Thank you.
Yeah.
But that was nice. Unfortunately, he broke his ribs too, so he should probably check in with Extreme Tiger.
Well, in his defense, he just got back.
Yeah, true.
Did he stretch before the match? Who knows? I mean, he was pretty anxious to get out there because, again, Sheamus was half dead.
Yeah.
Thanks to Triple H. Yeah. And Jerry the King Lawler was without a table. So
exactly.
Again, not taking anything away from Evan Bourne. Welcome back. We missed you.
Definitely.
High flying. Love to see it. I mean, that Shooting Star Press is sick. All right, so
very nice.
Welcome back.
Three things I'm not so cool about this week. This Dudley saga again. Where are we going with this? Eliminate the hate. Eric Young and Orlando Jordan. On TNA Wrestling, the match between Evan Young and Orlando Jordan versus I believe it was James Storm. Gunner and Murphy from the Immortals. Eric Young, I believe you pointed out he's something like
Santino. He's the Santino of TNA,
exactly.
Of course. I mean, who doesn't like Eric Young? Be honest with you. I mean, he's a funny guy. He doesn't take himself too seriously. Remind you of somebody?
Yeah, kind of, sort of. Don't know what the deal is with Orlando Jordan. Less said about that, the better.
Orlando Jordan, man. Jeez.
70s are calling. Please go back.
Meat Gold does look good.
Exactamundo. And the number 3 for this week, Daniel Bryan.
Oh, he's in the doghouse?
He's in the doghouse.
What's up?
This is the thing. Daniel Bryan is very frustrating, and the reason for that is, if you've seen him wrestle, he's got a lot of good moves. He's got a lot of good, interesting moves. Again, he's one of the high flyers. He does that no hands backflip. He's impressive to watch.
He sells it. He sells it good.
He sells very well, but he's just. It's like there's nothing. There's nothing to. There's nothing to grab on. There's no emotional hook. You can't. You try to like the character. There's nothing. It's just like,
he's faceless.
Yeah,
he is.
you know.
He probably should have worn a mask.
Really, yeah. Since he says so little, I mean, they even tried to get the storylines going with the Bella Twins fighting over him and whatnot. Couldn't even make that look good. It's like, come on.
You sound like Michael Cole, man.
Exactly. Do better, Daniel Bryan. I mean, and this is coming. By the way, this is coming from. I'm actually rooting for this guy to do something interesting. It would be because he's already got the moves. Spice up the personality,
there.
just like people were telling me last week. Anyway, Daniel Bryan, if you're listening, if you're watching this, just come on, man, just turn it up, turn up the intensity. People want to watch you. We saw you live. You got the moves. Just make people like you. It's pretty bad when you're getting Ricardo Diego. When the
Ricardo Rodriguez.
Ricardo Rodriguez, excuse me. Yeah, when Alberto Del Rio's guy is clowning you while you're wrestling, that's bad.
Boring.
Exactly. It's like, man, step it up, buddy. Come on, we're rooting for you.
Good luck with that, Daniel Bryan. Good luck with that. All right, looks like that's all the time we got here for this week. Again, be sure you check back next week. Subscribe to the show on YouTube. Go into the account, subscribe. Be sure you're the first one, or one of the first ones, to view the video when it comes out. We'll be doing this again next week. Be sure you check it out. Until then, good seeing you guys again. Thanks for watching. See you guys next week.
Take care.